All right, this is the Thrift store flashlight. As you can see, it is not a strong, and I'm holding the flashlight vertical and the beam is off-centered and at an angle, so I could turn it so it's kind of horizontal, but it's not very bright. It is an incandescent, and that's one of the reasons it's not very bright. And it's also a cheap flashlight. And then we go to flash, and it does produce a decent bit of flashing here, which is nice. It's always strange when I do this with a flashing thing with the camera, because there's a delay, so I'm watching it flash with my eyes and it shows up on the screen at a slight, like, half second after. It's weird. But this would be useful as to identify someone for in case of a car accident, things like that. This would actually produce enough flash that would work. But the flashlight itself is not what I would call great, but it would definitely fall into the category of better than nothing. And here we are with the dollar store flashlight, actually thrift store flashlight that I found not long ago. And it's an interesting design as far as appearance goes. It has, it kind of makes me think of the type of flashlights that you see a lot of firemen using, or at least they were using prior to the advent of LEDs. And it has this kind of angled design. It actually is relatively comfortable as far as holding it in your hand is concerned. And this is an extremely light duty flashlight. I mean, the casing is very light. You can hear the battery flopping around inside. This lens cap is very light. It has an incandescent bulb. It has this blinker in here, and it has a whistle here. And this is a very strange beast to my mind. It kind of makes me think of a car flashlight, because you got a flashlight here and you got a warning light here. There we go. Which at night would probably not look too bad. And then you got the neutral position, and then you have the actual flashlight position, which is probably not showing much at all because this is not a very bright light. But in an emergency, you'd have to hope it was dry, because this is not going to put up with much weather exposure whatsoever. I can find no marks on this thing, so I'm assuming it's made in China. Kind of interesting. It's got a little grip here, like you are somehow going to be doing this. I'm not really sure why you would do that. But it also has this, and this is a whistle. Not a particularly loud whistle either. Better than no whistle, but here's the thing. This is too bulky to carry in the field. Not to mention, it's got no weatherproofing whatsoever. I could barely consider this thing splashable. Look at the fit lines on this thing. So, no one's going to carry this in the field. So, the only place that a whistle is useful as far as a signaling device is really concerned is in the field. If you're in your car and you're using this as a car flashlight, you have your horn, which is a much, much better signaling device. Much louder. So I question what this was supposed to do. Are they trying to kind of fit into multiple markets? Did someone just throw this together? Did they have it for some other purpose, and did they just try to kludge something together so that they might get multiple people interested in it? I'm not really sure. Was this part of some kind of roadside assistance package or something? I don't know. Like I said, I picked it up at a charity shop, a thrift store, for $1. I just wanted to see if it would work, and it works. I'll be taking the batteries back out of this when I'm finished with it, and I will probably be donating it again, because I don't have any use for this whatsoever. But this is the battery container here. If I can get it open. Alrighty, I know I got it open once, because there we go. I put batteries in it, but there you go. There's the battery compartment. Obviously not the smoothest device in the world, but this is a weird beastie.
I'm not really sure what it was aimed at, and it isn't particularly good at anything, which is a problem with many multi-tools. But this is just amazingly poorly designed for everything. So there you have it, a charity shop flashlight.